Hey there everyone, and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we're going to be starting a new playthrough in Stellaris Apocalypse. So, I haven't played the game in quite a while, and I figured that the Apocalypse update would be a good, or the Cherry update in Apocalypse DLC would be a good time to get back into it. So, we're going to be playing through with a race that we actually created quite some time ago in one of our earlier playthroughs on the channel. So, we're back with the Great Gecko Consortium, which is an oligarchy. I've changed some of the ethics and traits and all that for the race a little bit since the last time. But, so we have efficient bureaucracy. We have mining guilds, which gives us 10% more minerals. We have, we are xenophile, pacifists, and materialists. So our traits are continental preference, so we want continental planets. We are rapid breeders, so 20% growth speed. Leader level cap is +1 for talented, and quick learners, so 25% experience growth rate, or experience gain rate. But we're also weak, so army damage -20% and minerals -5%, which sort of offsets one of our traits, or civics up here. But in the aeons since the first primitive gecko communities took shape in the meadows and forests of Geckin, our civilization has spread and prospered. Unfortunately, our undisciplined minds were still prone to emotional outbursts that could sometimes lead to violence. As weapons became more deadly with each passing technological age, a complex system of government was devised to protect our citizens from harmful elements, including themselves. Now, after the discovery of hyperlane networks, the finest minds of the Great Gecko Consortium have finished development in the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. So as you can see here, this is a rather small map, so we're just going to do a quick playthrough with this, and then as mods start getting updated a bit more, we will... we'll probably do another playthrough with like a Star Wars mod or something. And since you can pretty much name anything in Stellaris, so if there's anything you guys want named after you in the comments, we did this last time, just leave the name you want and the thing you want. So if you want like a fleet named after you, an admiral, a researcher, a construction ship, whatever you want. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to give everyone exactly what they ask for, because we're not going to have a huge empire, but or a huge consortium. But I will try to do my best to get everyone in that we can. And then when we do our next playthrough, assuming we do get to like a Star Wars playthrough or something, I'm going to go to the same sort of thing we do with Empire at War, where it'll be for the patrons essentially. But for now, it'll just be anyone who wants something I'll try to work in. But let's get our research set up here. So for physics, let's go for the research speed upgrade. Let's get the biolab. I don't think we're going to get farming subsidies just yet. And let's get engineering facility. So that's fine with me. I kind of want to get a very early... second science ship, but just for now we'll leave it like that. We won't get an admiral yet, but there's about 6 other AI factions plus one fallen empire and one of the like marauders, I guess they'd be. But we'll get those building. We'll try not to overextend our resources, which is something that I did quite a bit in the last one. But I guess we'll speed this up a bit. Just while there's not going to be much going on. So, I believe that some of the changes that they made in this update were meant to speed up the early game a little bit. So, because the early game was a bit uneventful in Stellaris before, and I think that was one of the things that they did want to try to address, rather. So we'll see how we do with that. And I'm just going to leave it on fastest while we're doing our initial expansion here. I'll probably wait
System survey complete.
a little bit before we get the next
Construction complete.
next scientist, because they cost a fair bit of energy. But now your planets are the ones that actually build I guess the civilian type ships, so you have constructor ships, science ships, and colony ships, rather than being built from the spaceports, which is how it used to work. Now your military ships get built by the spaceports, and the planets build the civilian ships. And I think part of that is just to make it so that if you get raided, it's a bit easier to recover earlier on. I think that's the intent behind that change, but we'll see. Let's get research stations before we run out of resources there.
Construction complete.
All right. Let's get a new scientist in here. What do we got? That seems like a good one for one of our ships. And let's go out this way. So one of the things with some of these maps is you kind of want to get a good choke point set up, but it doesn't look like we really have that many choke points on this map. We're in a not terrible position, but it's all pretty much open. So we'll see how we do with other stuff around us. I kind of wish the auto explore would be just a default thing. It's a thing that you get through research, and I don't think we'll even bother researching it because it's so... Oh god. A hostile hijacked fleet. What's the combat power there? Centuries ago, a group of radical priests and their devoted followers on Gecko broke away from the established religion to form their own church. These extremists called themselves the Church of Light, and they have been responsible for many atrocities and acts of terror over the years. Although they have kept a low profile in modern times, we recently learned that many of their agents have infiltrated our military. These renegades have secretly been diverting resources to the construction of a small fleet of starships at a hidden facility on Gecko. When their treachery was revealed, the cultists blasted into orbit on their ships and fled to Nagaru. They must be stopped.
Updated.
Okay, well, I guess... let's get an admiral, just because... Kind of need that. Well, I guess the eager one's kind of our only shot here. And hopefully with a leader we'll be able to take them out. That means we're going to have to do a lot of our...
Battle commenced.
Rebuild a lot of our stuff over here too. Well, let's build a starbase there while this happens. Oh wow, they actually have a leader too, never mind. I was hoping we could lure them closer to our... Get over to the starbase if you can. There you go. Our valiant space forces have skillfully disabled a ship in the cultist armada. It is mostly intact and we are picking up faint life signs from inside its hull. Once we have eliminated all threats in the immediate vicinity, we should conduct a boarding operation to secure any survivors. They may be able to tell us more about the ultimate motives of the Church of Light.
Situation log updated.
We lost two of our frigates there, or our corvettes there. Sorry about that. You guys need to reinforce, which is not a great use of our resources, but... We should be able to just automatically do that now, right?
System survey complete.
Alright, you survey over there, you're surveying over there, you're building the starbase. Get in here.
Construction complete.
You can research that. And hopefully you don't just die. We have tradition available. I like to get discovery, so let's do that. By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this moon. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? It's usually a better idea to wait until you're a level above to reduce the risk, but let's just do that anyways.
Special project complete.
Though the survivors offered stiff resistance, our boarding party was able to secure several prisoners from the disabled cultist starship. From them we have learned that this conspiracy goes far deeper than we initially suspected. The agents of the Church of Light include several flag officers and high-ranking officials within our government. Mass arrests are being made on Gecko, and all assets belonging to this cult have been seized. However, several of the starships they built in secret remain unaccounted for, and the upper echelons of the cult's leadership have vanished. We have picked up faint ion trails leading to several outlying systems. Right, well, let's see if there's any buildings that we can get for us here.
Construction complete.
This. I don't want to give up the other two, so I think we'll leave that for now. I'm not sure how the best... I'm not sure what the best way to handle that kind of thing is, but... yeah. Let's just do that. Mummified pilot. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in high orbit over Baxam 2b. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit complete with a helmet and maybe a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. So we get 60 society reader. One of those words I almost said is a different thing entirely, but the Ute Empire. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient civilization on Eukolon 1. Our scientists think they have inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago, based on the age of the artifacts. The aliens called themselves the Ute and appeared to have been very large and flat arthropod analogs. It seems a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult, and it was apparently exceedingly rare that more than 2 or 3 of these yet to travel aboard the same starship.
Situation log updated.
So those are our precursors for this one. We don't have enough to do that. Let's get the energy first, because that's what we're most in need of. Weeks after the GGC Pobthrat's latest fruitful exploratory survey, Geckonian xenologists are practically falling over themselves to publish their takes on the findings on Baxam 2b. This fevered storm in the scientific community has had some negative yet temporary impact on pursuits in other fields. Remarkable. Alright, you guys get back to base.
System survey complete.
Let's leave that for now, because you are going to lose. We'll get down here. And we'll have to come back for the research stations here as well. If we can just survey our way up to, like, here and here, I think that's what I want to do next. And just get a whole line there. One of the games I was playing with some of my friends to get back you 5%. The asteroid TFL-34T or T1 is emitting some form of radiation-controlled bursts. Someone or something trying to communicate with us? Maybe. But yeah, so we were playing a game. It was a much bigger map, but one of us spawned over like this area. I was over here, and the third of us was over here, and then every other AI civilization was like on this side, and it was super dumb. Can we get the... No, we can't get that. So let's just get the research stations first.
Construction complete.
The GGC Pub Cache's survey of the asteroid is temporarily halted as a probe is caught by an errant gravitational anomaly. The probe manages to transmit some data before it is brutally crushed by the extreme forces that completely dissipate soon after. So, gain physics research and gain 100 experience. Okay. Like a year down. Let's get up there. Well, maybe it's probably more efficient to just go that way. And how's our surface stuff? Can we clear this stuff? Yes, we can. Complete. We still have some open slots, so it's not super necessary, but I'd rather do it earlier. Otherwise, I'll forget. How much was that we needed? Was it 180 or something? Yeah, 180. So by the time we're done with getting our labs back, we should be okay. Let's check. Search Haldus. Which one was that? We don't know yet. Okay. Precursors, we probably won't be able to do all of that for a while. We won't have any level 5 scientists. So we're good there. I think we can go up to fastest again for now. Yes, sir.
Tile blocker
A
clear.
lot of our scientists have gained a level. Let's go for the anomaly there. Construction complete. Anomaly.
Research complete.
Okay, that's all good. New research. Let's get colony development speed. No, it'll be a while. We really don't need any of those immediately. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Earth ES-1A. It's covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded, and preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the GGC pod the Rat managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a smaller picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Interesting. So 60 research there. I don't know if you guys prefer that I read like all the little flavor text there or just go for the results. But I'm gonna, for now, I'll just keep reading it, and then if it's like, okay, no one cares, then I won't do it.
System survey complete.
That's a nice one.
Research complete.
Let's go over here. Biolab.
System survey complete.
Let's do that. Sorry about that. I keep coughing, so I'm trying to mute my microphone where it happens. I'll just cut that out of the video.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. That's a really big failure risk. Let's not do that. And you go over here. I guess actually
System survey complete.
for choke points here, and here. That's probably the easiest way to do that. Which of these are better? Research alternative, survey speed. That's
Construction complete.
probably the best thing for now. Star Trek. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna go all the way over there. I don't know if there's any downside to going that far away,
System survey
other
complete.
than the time it actually just takes to get there. So if I'm doing that horribly wrong, then no one wants to tell me, then I'd be okay with that.
Research complete.
What was that other planet called? Aldous. Oh, it's way up there. Never mind.
Anomaly found.
0% risk. I like those odds. You... Yeah, we can afford to reinforce that. Terraforming candidate discovered. Our detailed survey of Kuma 2 has revealed that it may once have supported life in the distant past. There are significant deposits of frozen water at the polar ice caps and beneath the planet's surface. The existence of valley networks suggests that the water may once have flowed freely. Terraforming this planet would theoretically be possible, but we do not yet possess the technology to accomplish this monumental task within a realistic time frame. Okay, so that'll probably be a while through our research. Almighty Leopard Gecko Corey has become more experienced, but with this experience has come an increased stubbornness. The Almighty Leopard Gecko has become quite obdurate and is having difficulty accepting new ideas. I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself. I'll check what that was in a second. Let's get the... This'll be a faster way to get those minerals. Let's do that. Why did that get cancelled? There's possibly stuff there?
System survey complete.
Well... let's check, just to be sure. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Acer system. These strange objects have been flagged as gamma aliens until we can learn more about them. The Great Gecko Consortium has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars, despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile. The atmosphere on Gecko, following these reports from our contact fleet, can best be described as rapturous. Okay, so... so we'll want to grab... Let's build that there. We'll go for Kuma next. But I just want to make sure that we can claim at least some of these guys. Yeah, let's do that.
System survey complete.
Go for it. This asteroid appears to have served as the home of a single individual. Deep scans show a series of connected caves in the asteroid's interior that follow a similar pattern, or a pattern similar to the rooms seen in ancient dwellings that have been discovered somewhere else or elsewhere. To learn more, we will have to dispatch an away team to investigate the cave system. Okay. Assuming we can't do that right now. That's probably one of the higher level ones, right?
They can talk, and they want to talk to us.
After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the Benthel Hive. Let's try to be friendly with them. We're always going to want to be friendly with them, because that's what our whole trait is.
Construction complete.
Let's get... Oh, we can really afford that. How are our people doing? I'm going to focus on... I like focusing on society research, so I'm going to do that. Aruxa warrior sighted. For several months now, we've received scattered reports of small numbers of alien mercenaries and privateers operating on the frontiers of a space. They call themselves the Aruxo and are apparently exiles from a nomadic warrior culture inhabiting overcrowded space stations in and around the Tyastadir system. Their passage near our space proceeded without incident, but they warned us against trespassing in Tyastadir. There is no Aruxo central government to speak of, but their various factions are engaged in constant infighting and often launch raids against neighboring star systems. Indeed, given their vast population and space-based production capability, the Aruxo would likely be a significant galactic power if they ever stopped killing each other. Outsiders, we are the Aruxo. Unlike the civilized I don't know why they're French. Star nations of the galaxy, we have no single master to lord over us. But I have been chosen to convey this message to you on behalf of all the houses. Do not try to impose your soft and effete ways upon us. You may freely send your alien ships into Aruxo territory, but do not expect them to return. Our warriors will welcome the diversion, however. Transmit on this frequency only if you wish to offer tribute, or if you have need of mercenaries, as well as the means to pay for them. Okay.
System survey complete.
Our farming is actually fine, so we don't need to do that yet. I do want to get this. If we can encourage people to live on places that'll give us a bit more of that, then we're good. Ooh, that's a nice one. I really do want to expand this way, then. Oh, that sucks for our hive mind buddies, but we'll have to make sure that we can sort of box them in. We now know without a doubt that the thriving biosphere is not something unique to Gecko. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn about the various life forms found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. Alright, so
updated.
Habitable worlds survey, yeah. Let's get you
Tile blocker cleared.
over there. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Zathmax 6 have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Zathmax 6 could have supported life at any scale, life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science Officer Haas Sornas has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery.
Situation log updated. Construction
I really don't think
complete.
most of our stuff is going to be able to do that just yet, so... I feel like if we build a starbase... there, we can start going back. Physics lab... You know what? That's actually not so... Let's do that. Because I'm going to be specializing for society, so any science labs we're going to do are going to be society, or biolabs, I think they are. Let's do that. We're at +1 food. We're going to be at +2... Oh, never mind, we're already in there. That's the tradition. Gain research points equal to a tenth of our monthly gain. Okay, let's do that.
System survey complete.
New research. This one, I guess. I'm not going to upgrade our stations quite that much yet, but just to be... Beer higher. Remains of a Ute cruiser have been found in orbit around Halax 2. It seems to have fallen victim to weapons fire, but given the extreme age of the Hulk, it is difficult to be certain. There is no indication that the ship was ever equipped with an FTL drive. It must have traveled between stars at sublight speeds.
Situation log updated.
That's kind of scary, because I don't know what the... Oh well.
System survey complete.
We can get a free cruiser that way. But... I was more afraid of there being someone like right here and then they'd try to take Kuma from us, but... There's a lot of good stuff in this system anyways. We can get that and then sort of move our way over there. Mining research, or mining stations.
Special project complete.
After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Zathmak 6, Science Officer Haas Sarnas has concluded that the creatures served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Zathmak 6. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone have substantially advanced our knowledge. So we get a lot of stuff there. Oh, wow. Alarming reports are coming in from the frontiers of space. Since we developed space travel, violent fringe groups on Gecko have departed our homeworld in increasing numbers, spurning the peaceful ways of our society. These misguided individuals call themselves the Cabal of the Captains, and have converted several civilian vessels into warships. They now prey on civilian shipping as pirates, and their wanton attacks have led to many deaths. Drastic measures may be needed to protect our people. I think I want to increase our fleet by 2. And let's reinforce all. There we go.
Station under attack.
Let's do that. And let's try to lure them back into the... Can I even do that? I know you don't have much control over the battles, per se. Yeah, can't do that, I don't think. That's my mistake.
Construction complete.
Okay, well, we're sort of within range here. Getting some help. Yeah, that was, yeah.
Construction complete.
I figured I could tell them to disengage and they'd go closer to the thing, but not really. let's... I think I might just get a trading yard. Let's do that. Well, nothing I can do about that right now. Get the mining station there. The science ship. Let's survey out that way. Return home and reinforce the fleet. Get back in there. 0 experience. I'm gonna take the main fleet name and just make that. So if anyone has any suggestions for our future fleet names, because we'll probably end up with a couple, definitely put those up. But for now, that one is going to be the Great Gecko Armada. That's going to be our main fleet. So those are still building. I can get this back up. Oop. GGC Pavthroughout reports that the fleet has encountered a significant pirate presence in the Idasic system. Judging by the preliminary scans and the immense ships and the stations harboring them, this is a historical pirate port. It has likely been an uninterrupted operation since whatever ancient era it was that first spawned these thieving marauders.
Fleeing aggressors.
Oh boy.
Anomaly found.
Research that.
Construction complete.
Let's get that one.
Construction complete.
I'd love to get down there before. You know what? I almost want to... This isn't ideal, but just to be not completely overtaken by the hive mine over there. Oh, there we go.
Construction complete.
Let's slow down a little bit. This ship. Survey over there. This ship. I'm going to want them to go over pretty much right away. But, oh, actually that's the new one. So let's get Starbase Outpost over there. I'd kind of want to send this guy back over this way. Alright, guys. Let's do it.
System survey complete.
A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape, so this is our Academy of the United Scientists led by me. Immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Saya Forest's face. They are cast not by clouds but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or rather jointed to allow for a smaller degree of articulation. Science Officer Hastornas is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purposes, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. Alright, so we've got that going down pretty quickly. You can't get over there until that's completely done. Let's get you headed over this way. Okay, you actually can't do that. You know what? Go over here, because by the time you get there, it'll be fine. Captain Hastabak, the commanding officer of the GGC LM, served with distinction during the recent engagement that took place in the Kuma system. The Admiralty on Gecko recognized the qualities of a promising flag officer, has decided to promote the captain to the rank of full admiral. Destroyed it? Okay. Let's get a starbase going in there. Let's get you surveying over there if we can. So does that mean we have a... I guess it was assuming that you wouldn't have an admiral by now.
Research
So
complete.
what are we doing? You're better. So, sorry, other guy. Hopefully we get another fleet in before you move on. Because we probably won't be able to go too far over that way. So... research. Let's get... power plant. Because I don't really care that much about automatic exploration on a map this small. Realistically, I'm going to be able to do everything we need to. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the CAT system. These strange objects have been flagged as Zeta aliens until we can learn more about them. Let's get an energy grid. I just want to make sure we don't get, like, blocked off from our other stuff there. You guys can return home and heal, actually. That's still going down. And...
Construction complete.
there we go. Let's get mining stations.
Construction complete.
And let's get mining
Construction
stations.
complete.
What do we got?
Construction
You
complete.
survey over there. Receiving a transmission from the Hasplav Bloodborne. They appear to have successfully translated our language. So, fanatical purifiers, that's not good. Quake in fear, alien scum, for your doom approaches. The Hasplav Bloodborne will cleanse this galaxy of every misbegotten Xeno civilization that pollutes it with their presence. Gecko shall burn. Cooperation will surely benefit us all. Oh boy, they're down there. Okay, so we definitely want to get down to this area. But actually, I think that is a good... that's a good place to leave it for now. So we are... I guess, well, I was going to say we're smaller than these guys, but considering that it's all... they just have a lot of, like, girth, I guess. I don't know how accurate that is. I think what we're going to hope for is that our Benthel Hive friends stay our friends and get over to here. And if we can get over to, like, here and then keep expanding that way, I think we should be okay. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Once again, if you have any name requests or anything, just leave them in the comments. Again, I can't guarantee that you'll get exactly what you asked for or that I can include everyone, but I'll do my best to include whatever I can. So again, hope you're going to enjoy the playthrough, and I will see you next time. Bye.